What do you do if you have to increase your prices? You are currently charging a certain amount of money for your product or service, and now you have to increase the price. So you have to go to your customers and clients, the ones who love you already, and say, hey guys, you have to pay me more money. And of course, that's probably not the best way to do it. What is the best way to do it? And the big question is, why are you doing it? And there should, of course, be just one reason. The reason we go into business is to choose our own hours, be our own boss, be in control of our product or service, be really proud of it, yeah? Work with the people that we want to work with, and of course, earn the amount of money that you want to earn. So the really important question to always ask is, what is that amount? How much do you need going into your bank account every week, every month, every year to make sure that you are living a life where you don't have to worry about money? Because one of the biggest challenges in the world seems to be money. If you're in your own business, you want to make sure that not just your expenses are being covered and you've just got your nose above water, but how can you make sure that you are living a life that you don't have to worry about money anymore? And whether you're just starting a business or you are at that point now where you need to increase your prices, the reason for that should be because it's your business and you need to put more money into your life. If you have a product or service that's adding massive value to people's lives, it's making their life better. They feel more safe or healthier, fitter, stronger, they have more fun, their life is better because of your product, then is it possible that they will have no challenge whatsoever giving you more money for that product or service? Because we all understand that prices go up and we all need to earn more money. And obviously people have wage increases, people are earning more money in their own business. That's how the world goes round. But is it possible that if you are not providing a great customer service, if your product or service isn't adding massive value to people's lives, that if there is a price increase, they probably won't be really happy about that. Now, there's another thing to consider that a lot of business experts suggest is if you want to work less hours in your business, but you want to earn the same amount of money, the suggestion is that you double your prices, which means you should technically lose half of your clients. You'd be earning the same amount of money, but you'd be investing half the time into your business. So there's lots of things to consider, because if that works, that would be awesome, yeah? Well, the only way that would work is if what you're doing adds massive value to people's lives. So a really special thing to consider if you're going to increase your prices. Are there people in your life that they are providing you with a customer service, with a product or service that's adding value to your life? If they said to you, we're going to ask now for twice as much money, or 3 or 4 times even as much money as what you're currently investing, would you still invest the money because that product or service is adding so much value to your life? And for most people, the answer is yes. There are some things in our life that regardless of how much they cost, we would find a way to be able to afford them, because it's not how much they cost, it's how much value they're adding to our lives. So that's the really important thing to start with. Is what I'm doing right now adding massive value to my customers and clients' lives? And when I increase my prices, the reason I'm doing that is because I need to make sure that my lifestyle is being well looked after so that I can stay in business. One of the other things to consider, a lot of people share with me, I want to help people. Well, if you're breaking even or you're not making enough money, then you can't help people because your business will go broke. So if you're at the point where you have to increase your prices because otherwise your business won't be successful and you're going to go out of business, could this be a really good time to do this word that I don't like very much, but it's called restructure? Because obviously what you've been doing up until now hasn't worked. If you're at the point where you have to increase your prices because you're going to go broke or you're just getting by, then there's some numbers that need reconsidering. Would that be fair? So the 3 numbers that I always ask in business, and it's just for every product or service, for every business, it's the same answer. Because a lot of people talk about being competitive. I have to charge a certain price because that's what everybody else in the market is charging. This is the price that people expect to pay, so that's what I have to charge. And that's all fine and wonderful, except if that isn't covering your expenses, or more importantly, giving you a lifestyle that business is supposed to give you. If that's not happening, then A, you won't be enjoying your business, and B, you won't be earning any money. So you can't help anybody, and your product or service won't get out to anybody because you won't be in business. So the 3 numbers to consider at all times, but particularly when you're going to be increasing your prices, is how much do I need to earn, not just to get by, not just to struggle through life, but what do I need to do to make sure that the way I live my life is financially secure? So everything from your house, your car, your clothes, your holidays, your charity requirements, and I have lots of those. So can you imagine what it would be like if you can't support the causes that are important to you? So keep that in mind. There's, of course, if you've got children, there's all different kinds of dollar expenses when it comes to living a life, particularly if you've got children, when you've got sporting activities and musical instruments and school and excursions and holidays and clothes and all the things that come with life. So please take all of those numbers into account so that you know exactly how much your life or your financial life needs for you to be comfortable to, and the word comfortable is interesting because sometimes we get comfortable with average and often then we live our life as average. But if you're constantly pushing yourself just a little bit, so you keep raising the bar on the quality of life, the way you live your life, the places that you want to visit, the things that you invest money in, you might start looking at better quality things to put into your life, better quality time with your family, better quality ways to travel, better quality education and learning. And that then pushes you to have to earn more money. And in business, to earn more money, it's not about I'm going to charge my customers more. It's always about how do I add more value to their lives, because then they're quite happy to invest more money in me. So I'm going to ask the question again, do you have anybody that if they put their prices up, you'd be really happy to invest more money? And I've got lots of those where if the people that I love to invest money in, and they are the only people that I do business with, because I have a very special criteria about who I like to do business with. And there's an interesting suggestion. What's important to you when it comes to a business person? Do you want somebody who's passionate? Do you want somebody who loves their product or service? Do you want somebody who provides you with great product and a great product and great service? Somebody that makes you feel special? These are all the reasons why people invest money. We often think, oh, people are just after a cheaper price. And are there people who are after cheap price? Yes. Are they the people that may drop out of your business if you put your prices up? Probably yes. But do you want people in your business who really value what you do? And that's my really important question when it comes to a price increase, because that makes it really easy. The next thing to do when you need to charge more money is how can I add more value into my product or service? Even though I'm going to be charging more, I want my customers and clients, I want them to feel like they're going to be getting more value from the dollars that they're going to be investing. So it's not just, oh, we're having a price rise. And that's the first thing I'd love to share with you. Please don't talk about a price rise. Please don't talk about we're putting our prices up. Please don't talk about you have to give me more money. Again, people don't use your product or service because they want to spend money. Is it possible that people invest money into your business because they want the result, the outcome, the special feeling they get from using your product or service? So that's a really important thing to consider in business, is what value does my business add to people's lives? And then how can I add more value that isn't going to, I don't have to invest any more money because then the price rise would be useless, but you've worked out exactly how much more you need to charge. Because remember those three numbers, how much do you need to earn? What are the expenses of your business? And then how much or how many hours do you want to invest into your business? So you add together how much you need to earn to the expenses that you have in your business. That number becomes one number. You divide that by the number of hours that you want to invest into your life, into your business, and I would like to think that the two are the same. And there's a great question to consider. If what you're doing is who you are, and the most successful business people in the world, the people who are the wealthiest, the people who love their life the most, will all share that. What I do for a living and who I am as a person are exactly the same thing. And I love what I do. And that could be a reason why people want to invest time with you, because you're so passionate about what you do. So how much do you need to earn? What are your expenses? Add those two numbers together, divide them by the number of hours that you want to invest into your business, and that will tell you how much to charge. And that might be the reason that you need to do a price increase, because you need more money initially. You might have an increase in expenses. So you might have a higher rent to pay. You might have more wages to pay. Your marketing investment might have gone up. There's a whole lot of reasons why you might have to charge more money because your expenses have gone up. But sometimes we get caught up in, I've got to put my prices up because I'm not making enough money. Could this be a really good time to go back to those three numbers? How much do I need to earn? What are the actual expenses of my business? And maybe what do they need to be? Add those two numbers together and divide them by the number of hours that you want to invest. And that will also determine your price increase, because you might want to invest less hours into your business, but you need to earn the same amount of money, which means you are going to have either you have to have a price increase. And that's just called life, and that's awesome. But there's a very special way to do it. And the special way to do it is not to tell people or rephrase, not send out an email to tell your customers and clients that we're having a price rise. This is a very unkind, disrespectful way to share that with people who have been investing money into your business. Would that be fair? I always suggest perhaps a personal letter to the entire group of your customer base, and that obviously depends on the size of your business. But as an exercise professional, and I have been all of my life, and I always was very committed to only having the number of clients that I could look after very personally, which is the reason why I often had to have a price increase, because I can only look after a certain number of people. And the higher my value of service became, the more I put into the personal exercise coaching sessions, the more effort I put in, the least number of people I could look after. So I often had to look after less people and increase my prices. To do that, the people that are investing money in me, I believe, need to be treated with respect and with kindness, and they need to be treated as something very important to me, which I think that customers and clients should always feel that way, yeah? It's one of the things in business that I think that most people forget. Can you remember the last time you went into somebody's business or contacted somebody's business and it actually made you feel valued because you are the customer or client? Because ultimately, if you don't have customers and clients, you don't have a business. If people aren't investing money in you, you don't have a business. So how valuable are those people? And wouldn't it be nice to get treated with value? So if you're going to share with people that you are rearranging the way you do your business, and there's much nicer words than restructuring. And one of the beautiful things to share with people is that you are wanting to add more value to their life, and you only will now have a certain number of spaces available or a certain amount of time available to be able to look after your current customers and clients. So you might share with them, I am now having less time to invest into my customers and clients because I want to add more value into my customers and clients' lives. So perhaps as a personal exercise coach, I might have said I used to have 30 sessions available or 40 sessions available. I now only have 20 sessions available. And these are the times that they will be available. And if this is something that's really important to you, I would love to continue being your personal exercise coach. Now, that's something I did very personally many times, where I literally went from 40 to 20 or 60 to 30 because I was, and there's lots of different reasons for that, and you're going to have your own reasons. But I became a coach of exercise coaches. I obviously got involved in education. I was running a health club. I was teaching classes. I was doing professional speaking. So often the number of hours that I had available for personal exercise coaching became more limited. But I needed people to either invest the same amount of money or more. So I would let people know that my life is changing. I still want to be your personal exercise coach. I now have a limited number of hours. This is what will be available. And here's a really special thing to be able to do. Rather than just have a price increase, why not look at ways of making your product or service more convenient for your customers and clients? So for example, if I have a premium product, I might have a product that is exactly the amount of money that I need to earn, and then perhaps I've got a budget product. So it might be something that's online, it might be something that I can leverage my time, so I don't have to invest very much time there, but it can give a really nice part of me to my customers and clients. So I use an example. If I work out that the amount of money that I need to earn, and I use round figures always, let's say it's $100 an hour, there might be people who want to invest more than that. So you could literally provide a premium product, or you might fill up that product with a whole heap of added extras. So yes, it's going to be, instead of the $100 that you need to earn, it might be $200. But it might be unlimited classes, or it might be once a month a personal coaching session where we get together and really delve into the reasons why you're exercising and making sure that you're on track to achieving your goals by the exact day, date and time. It might be that you do a nutrition consultation. It might be that you offer a broad range of of products and services that people with an unlimited budget would certainly be happy to invest in, which means the $100 an hour that you need to charge, there might be 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 50 people who are happy to pay twice that, which means you're now doing half the amount of time for the same amount of money. Or you reverse of that is you might have a product that you can leverage 1 or 2 hours of your time every week by doing videos or exercise classes or motivational chat or some kind of product that people will really appreciate having in their life. You can take a couple of hours a week to produce it. Or let's say that's your $100 an hour. So let's say it takes two hours to produce it. So there's $200 of your time, but you could then have 2,000 people investing in that product or service. And let's say they're investing $1. Well, now you've got $2,000 coming in instead of 200. So there's lots of different ways to do that. What doesn't work nicely, of course, is telling people, I need to earn more money, you need to pay more money, we're having a price rise. It's not a nice way to do business because nobody really wants to help you have more money, do they? Is it possible that people want what your product or service can do for them? And if it's a really important part of their life and they don't want to miss out on it, is it possible that they would be really excited about an option of having something even more than they had before and being prepared to pay premium price for it? Or they are happy to keep doing what they're doing at a higher dollar investment rate, or they're happy to go down to the program we have for people who have a tiny budget, but they still have access to you and they still can have you in their life and they can still experience your passion and enthusiasm, but it's going to be less than they were investing before. So there's a win for them. And this is the really important thing in business. Win, win, win. You have to win as the business owner, because if you're not winning, your business doesn't exist. And I think that people forget that. I always have to help my clients know, if you're not in business, you can't help anybody. Obviously, the customer and client has to win, because if they don't feel like they're getting, and I always ask this question, in business, if I invest $1, but I feel like I'm getting $2 worth of value, is it possible that I will always continue to invest in that product or service? And I use this example, it's just a fun one. Imagine your bank said to you, we've got a new program, a new investment program at the bank. And what happens is you give us $100 and you come back half an hour later and we give you $200 back. So it's a short-term investment program, $100 in, and we give you $200 back in half an hour's time. My question is how many people would do that? And it probably sounds too good to be true, but let's say you did it and you invested your $100, went back half an hour later and you got $200 back. How would you feel about that? How many people would you tell about that? There's a great question. Would you collect your family and friends and all of your social group and say, hey, the bank's got this great new thing going. You give them $100, come back half an hour later, they give you $200 back. It's a pretty bloody good investment. Well, any product or service has that exact value. If you give me $100 as your personal exercise coach, but you are fitter, stronger, healthier, leaner, you don't get sick as often, you've got better self-esteem, you've got great hair, great skin, great nails, you're burning calories really fast, you're really enjoying your food, and your body is feeling fantastic, how much value is that? And I think that's one of the things we underestimate as exercise professionals, is how valuable our product is. But not only the product, if I come and see you for half an hour and you make me feel special and you treat me like I'm an important person, and I walk out of there with a brain full of happy drugs because you've pumped me full of all the chemicals, the neurotransmitters that make the human body feel fantastic, and I walk away from there and think to myself, wow, I've invested $100, but I feel like $1 million now. And that's what a lot of people have said to me. Rowie, I invest this money into you, but I walk away here feeling like $1 million. That kind of wow experience is what people are prepared to and want to invest money in. So the bank example is then technically not a funny story, because if somebody invests $100 in you as an exercise professional and they walk away feeling like they've got more than $200 worth of value, then not will they tell everybody else about how good you are, but they're really comfortable and really happy to invest money in you. And then I always ask this question, what if it's raining? What if it's cold? What if you've got a flat tire? What if you don't feel like it? Would you still go to the bank knowing that if you give them $100, half an hour later, you're going to get $200 back? I think we'd all go, even if it was raining or if it was cold, we'd buy an umbrella or a warm jacket just to make sure we can get that dollar investment. Then I always stretch it a little bit further, of course, and I ask the question, let's just say you're in bed with your partner and you say to your partner, I'm going to go to the bank and do my thing and my investment. And your partner says to you, don't go to the bank, stay here with me. What would you do? And it's an interesting question. Most people, I think, would say, well, how about you get dressed, come with me, put your $100 in, I'll put my $100 in. We'll both get $200 back, which means we've now got $400. We could go and spend the afternoon in a beautiful 5-star hotel, for example. I'm giving you that example because a product or service that adds value to people's lives, isn't that the reason why we go into business? So we can make people's lives better. We can add value, we can help people. And if we're doing that, is it possible that people will want to invest money in us? It's not about the money anymore. It's about, I need this product in my life. I want this service. I have 3 or 4 of those where even if I've got a very tight budget, I'm always thinking to myself, I'm going to make sure that I can go and invest in that product and in that service because those things add such massive value to my life. So when you're going to increase your prices, there should only be 2 reasons, of course. Your life quality is improving, which is awesome. So you need to invest, or people need to invest more money into your business so that you can live your life. And or your expenses have gone up, which means you have to increase your prices. And if you don't, you'll go broke. So it's a really important thing to keep track of those numbers. What's the investment I need for my lifestyle? What's the investment in the running of my business, in the expenses of running my business? And then how many hours do I want to invest into my business? And that's one of the interesting things, because if you need to earn more money, one of the things that you can do is do more hours. And I've certainly many times in my life when I've had a special goal, financial goal, I've just added 10 more sessions I've got 10 more sessions available as a personal exercise coach. And be really surprised, or don't be surprised, how quickly they fill up. Because when you are adding value to people's lives, they're telling everybody. And if you're booked out, so you've got no sessions available, and people want to come and invest time with you and they can't because you're too busy, and then you have 3 or 4 or 10 or 15 more sessions available every week, they fill up really quickly. And that's a very special way to put in several thousand more dollars into your bank account on a regular basis. So there's one thing is to increase your hours, or you increase your prices. You may lose clients, but you would be then investing less time into your business. So you'd be earning the same amount of money, but having to invest less time. So there's lots of different ways to do that. And I'm asking, please, this is a very personal request. That's what your MAX program is all about. The MAX International Colleges is a fitness business college and a business diploma, a standalone business diploma. So regardless of what business you're in, I've given you a very general overview of what you can do and how you can change. I was going to use the word restructure, but I don't like it because it sounds very commercial. Sometimes you just got to look at your business and say, I need to do things differently. I need to do less hours. I need to earn more money. How can I work that out? And wouldn't it be nice to brainstorm with somebody who wants to help you do that? And that's what we're here for. Every single day, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day pretty much, because I work out my lifestyle to suit the people that I care about. And the biggest thing for me is being able to add value to people's lives who want to have a business that adds value to people's lives. Because it's a selfish thing. I feel like then I have added something to my world. If you have a successful business and you're helping people to get healthier, fitter, stronger, feel better about themselves, feel safer, your product or service is adding value to people's lives, and I've helped you do that, then I feel that makes my life, I feel very valuable then too. So thank you. So it's a win-win. Remember I said that everybody's got to win. You have to win, I have to win, and then there's the outsiders. So your family has to win, my family has to win. Because often, and I'll use the example of increasing your hours. You might need to earn more money, so you decide you're going to work more hours, but then you lose your family time, your church time, your social time, your sporting time, and that's obviously a lose it's a lose for you, but it could be a big lose for your family. If you've got people in your life who want to invest in your product or service, but by doing that, they're going to be taking money out of their life or away from their family, then that's going to be a lose for their family. So we need a win for everybody. You need to win, your clients and customers need to win, and both sides of those families need to win. And that's the very special thing about business. When you work for someone else, you can't really do that. You have to earn the amount of money that your boss gives you, and you have to work the hours that your boss tells you, and that's just somebody else is controlling your life. When you're in business, you get to decide all of those things for yourself. How much money you need to earn, what your expenses are going to be, because you're in control of your business, so you can decide what kind of business you're going to have. And that's the exciting thing about being an exercise professional. You can have a business that literally has no expenses. You could be a mobile trainer that goes to people's houses and they lift their pot plants or their children or a log or a bucket of sand at their house, and there's no expenses. It's just you exchanging time for dollars. But your time and expertise is adding massive value to people's lives, which means people are really happy to invest their hard-earned money into your product or service because it's making them feel fantastic. So you literally can have a business that has no expenses. You decide how much you want to earn and how many hours you want to invest, and that gives you how much to charge, which then of course gives you your target market. So let's wrap all of that up. Could this be a really good time, whether you're just starting your business or whether you're in business already and you need to change the way you're doing business, from how much you're earning to what your expenses are to how many hours you want to invest? And there's 3 things to consider there. Do I need to earn more money, or could I earn less money? Could I reduce the expenses in my business, or do I need to increase the expenses in my business to make my product or service even better? And then how many hours do I want to invest? And those 3 numbers are really important. And I'll share it again. If that's something that you would like personal help with, coaching with, we could sit down together and, well, I don't like to sit down, I stand up, but we could brainstorm this together. And I always use this expression, brainstorm with people who have a brain. And I share that because I've been through this process many times myself. When my life has changed, I still want to help people as their personal exercise coach, but I have other things in my life. So I need to change the way I do business. I need to change the way people invest money in me. And the most beautiful way to do that, of course, is to add value to people's lives so they have no challenge with increasing their dollar investment, because you're adding even more value to their life. And if somebody can have more access to you, that's really exciting for them and they're happy to invest more. Or they realize that that's not something I can do anymore, but if I can still have access to you, and instead of investing, I want to use the round figures, $100, I'm now going to invest $10 or $20, but I'm still going to have access to you, then that's a win for me as well. And that's the beautiful thing. So I want to share with you just a very special personal story. I was managing a health club in Brisbane, Australia. I had 64 personal exercise coaching sessions every week. So I was the manager of the health club. I was doing literally, and they were half-hour sessions, and bang, 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 of course. And I was teaching 15 group exercise classes every week. So I had a very busy schedule. I met this wonderful man, K-man, who lived on the Gold Coast. And if you know the geography there, it's about an hour's drive, maybe hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours if there's lots of cars on the road. And I decided that I was going to move to the Gold Coast. So I was only going to be coming to Brisbane a couple of days every week. And I now had to restructure my life. I had to rearrange the way I did things. So the suggestion, of course, is that you increase and I literally did. I increased my dollar investment by double, which means I expected to lose half of my clients, which means I could, instead of 64, I'd only have 32 sessions every week, which is only 15 hours of personal exercise coaching, and it was going to be quite manageable. Well, this is where everything I've just shared with you could blow up. Out of my 64 people who had permanent bookings and never missed, I had 2 people that couldn't come anymore. And it wasn't that they didn't want to pay the extra money. I literally increased my prices by double. I doubled the dollar investment. I'm going to say that again, twice as much, which could also give you be reminded that sometimes you may not be charging enough. And people will be very happy to pay twice as much for the same product, which is what happened to me. And the 2 people that said we can't come anymore, it wasn't because they didn't want to invest the money. I just wasn't going to be available on the days that they could come. And interestingly, one was their partner and one was a wife. and that the partners of these people called me and said, please, can you try and fit my partner in? Since they haven't been exercising with you, they've been absolutely horrible people. We need to get them back in with you because this is a really important part of their life. So I'm using that as the win-win, because it wasn't just a win for me, because it was great for me to have people that wanted to invest time and money in me. It was a win for the client because they were obviously getting value for their dollar investment. But according to their partners, their life was better because they had a personal exercise coach. And I'm sharing that with you because I think we underestimate the power of the product that we have. We have this beautiful product that makes people feel good. It keeps them healthy, fit and strong. It keeps their body in great shape. And most importantly, their brain mentally tough and strong. And we become clearer thinkers. We become better in every area of our life when we're fit and strong, physiologically and psychologically. That's a very powerful product. Please don't underestimate how special it is. On top of that, if you make people feel special and you value that they're coming into your life, could that create that ultimate win? So please use your personal coaching sessions, whether you are a current max exercise professional, whether you graduated 1 year ago, 10 years ago, or we've been going since 1989. So any time in that time, if you would love to chat to us and get personal coaching on how to increase your prices or how to set up your business or just how to have a career as an exercise professional, you have a lifetime education with Max. Please take advantage of the people that want you to be successful. And remember, it's very selfish on our part. I feel very valued if I can help you become more valuable to your customers and clients. So let's do this together.